The Assad regime repeatedly broke the century-old taboo against the use of chemical weapons. We obviously want to eliminate the scourge of chemical weapons, which is all the more important given the threat that Russia could use chemical weapons in its illegal war in Ukraine. On Syria, we know that the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons has not received certain requested information from Syria, and the deployment of the OPCW Declaration Assessment Team has been delayed because of difficulties acquiring visas to enter Syria. Assistant Secretary of State Leaf, what is your department doing to work on getting an inspection team into Syria to verify the elimination of Syria's declared and non-declared chemical weapons program?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. There is no doubt that the Assad regime's retention of the capability of using these terrifying weapons against its own public has to remain a top priority, is a top priority. I will commit to you that I will put my own personal efforts to that end to clear the way for this team to get into Syria and to do its work.
Yeah, I think we have to put special emphasis on it, given what the implications are for Ukraine, because there's complete uncertainty as to the sustainability of the Russian incursion, and desperation could breed actions that are otherwise unacceptable. Deputy Assistant Secretary Stroll, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, over 40,000 Syrians have registered to fight on behalf of Russia in Ukraine, and deployment is now beginning. Is there anything the United States and its partners can do to prevent thousands and thousands of Syrian mercenaries from successfully transiting to Ukraine?
Thank you for that question, Senator. We have also seen the open source reporting about large numbers of Syrians being relocated by Russia to the Ukraine theater of war. We have not seen large-scale movements like that on the ground. If there are smaller groups, ones and twos here and there, fine. But we have not seen in our intelligence assessments, does not see large-scale movements. We are continuing to monitor that very closely.
Okay, so you're saying that 40,000 number has not translated in Ukraine into operational troops for the...
Yes, Senator, that is what I am saying. I also think it is important to take note of the massive amounts of disinformation and misinformation in the environment by Russia, both in the Syria theater and in the Ukraine theater.
Yeah, and again, that disinformation that you're referring to is that there are Syrian troops there, or that there are not Syrian troops there?
We have not seen indications of large tens of thousands of forces from Syrian fighters being moved to Ukraine. That is disinformation.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's very helpful to be clarified. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. With a thanks to the committee, to both of you for your testimony, we look forward to continuing engagement. As you can see, there's about a dozen members who came here, so this is a topic of great significance. And you are both excused. Thank you. For the purposes of the committee's information, it's the chair's intention, in consultation with the ranking member, to move through to the second panel to hear their testimony, and then we'll see how